Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Let's have a look at problem 2558. Take gifts from the richest pile. In this video, we are going to explain a solution based on priority heap. So first, I'll read through the problem statement to digest the requirement, and then we do the coding and explain the logic in between. First, let's look at the problem statement. We are given an integer array called gifts, denoting the number of gifts in various piles. Every second, we can do the following. First, choose the pile with the maximum number of gifts. And second, if there is more than one pile with the maximum number of gifts, choose any. So here at the very beginning, I have some misunderstanding about this line. So I was thinking, we need to have more than one pile with the maximum number. But afterwards, we realized that as long as you have one, you can choose. And then if you have more than one with that maximum number, just choose any. Third, leave behind the floor of the square root of the number of gifts in the pile. And take the rest of the gifts. So in short, we want to leave some. And the part we want to make them left is nothing but the square root of that amount. And finally, we are required to return the number of gifts remaining after k seconds. So here are two examples. So actually, these examples are with explanation. But here we want to point to one thing, that is example 2. So in example 2, so the largest pile has one gifts. So here in this case, we just need to stop. The reason is that if you have one, so you need to leave square root of 1, that is still 1. So it can essentially do nothing. So this is an important part which we are going to incorporate in our code. And with that done, let's also look at the constraints. First, the list gift is with its length is bounded in between 1 and 10 to the power 3. And secondly, so the elements in the gifts are bounded in between 1 and 10 to the power 9. And thirdly, so k is bounded above by 1000. So with that said, we are ready to do the coding. So as we mentioned, so we are going to use priority heap. So here in Python, so they have an implementation which is a min heap. So for this, I'm going to use the min heap, but I'm going to make some mathematical treatment. In other words, we're working with the negative of gifts. So with that said, we're going to make a step-by-step explanation. First, I'm going to make a min heap out of gifts. So this first, I'm going to change the gift to be the negative. So that is for negative y, for y in gifts. So here is a list comprehension. And then we want to heapify this. So I'm going to use heap_q, heapify, so this gift. So then we finish the first step. Secondly, so what we're going to do is mimic the process. So this is the for loop. So what we're going to do is for a dummy index in range k. So we're going to iterate k times. So first, I'm going to do this. So if gifts, so let's do this check. So in this problem, actually, we do not need to do this. So here, first, let's get the maximum number, right? That is a negative heap q, heap pop. So we are popping from the gifts. So notice that in the current state, gifts stores negative numbers. And then what we are going to do is that we first check if m equals 1, right? If so, actually we can essentially stop. But we have used the pop operation. We need to push this number, negative 1, back, right? Then we are going to do is heap_q, heap push. So we are going to push back to gifts. And the number we are going to push back is negative 1. Then we break this for loop. So, and then otherwise, what we're going to do is heap_q, heap push. So what we want to push back is this is the target or destination, right? And then the number we want to push back is nothing but floor. So math square root of this m, right? So this way we actually finish the main process. So next we just need to do the return, prepare the return, or do the return. So in this case we just need to return the negative sum of the gift states. So this is the one solution format. So here I want to mention that this block is actually, you can examine or refer to example 2. Right. So with that said, I guess let's first do a check. So here are gifts. It passes one example. Now let's look at the generic case. It passes all the cases. I guess that's about it for this specific problem. So here basically we practiced the use of min heap in Python. So here one thing that is important or interesting is to notice that most of the operations is in-place operations. So this should be noticed. So with that said, I guess this is the end of this video. Thank you.